Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a very good evening at home. In today's video, I want to talk about Palantir, but not specifically the price point or the price movement of Palantir. I would prefer to talk a little bit about Palantir's stance, that they stand with Israel against terrorism, and equate this not only to the actual foundation, the core beliefs of Palantir, but also why specifically are they standing with Israel against the face of terrorism? And I found an actual connection of what's going on right now. The world absolutely stood still as Israel received or was attacked or had their 9/11 moment. 1,400 Israelis, both Jewish, Muslims, Christians, and many other nationals were cowardly and horrendously, disgustingly attacked by a terrorist organization called Hamas that unequivocally, without any remorse, attacked civilians, women, children, elderly, so on and so forth, literally killing Arabs. 2 days later or so, Palantir puts out a tweet. Palantir stands with Israel. And everybody's like, oh, wow, this is amazing. If you have, a brain and you understand what's happening, I definitely support that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Then Palantir doubles down, takes an ad that costs 6 figures with the New York Times and literally make the same exact statement. Palantir stands with Israel. If you don't know, Palantir was literally made for this shit. For the better part of 2 decades, Palantir was fighting, is fighting, and will be fighting terrorism all around the globe. They are literally the unofficial company that helped find Osama bin Laden. Palantir CEO Dr. Alex Karp self-admittedly goes on TV and continues to say there are tons of terrorist situations and terrorist attacks that because of Palantir does not happen. And we never hear about it in the public because Palantir is doing their job. Palantir is doing such an amazing job that we don't hear about these attacks, and that's the best possible case scenario. So then you're like, okay, well, it just makes sense that Palantir is standing with Israel against terrorism because standing with Israel is standing against terrorism. Makes sense, right? The son of one of the founding members of Hamas literally says, we're a terrorist organization. It's a terrorist organization not just by the United States and the West, but by many other Arab countries. And I sure hope that the oppression of the Palestinian people from the Hamas ends soon and they can live a better life. But that's neither here or there. So you would say, okay, that makes sense. But it goes deeper as to why Palantir is supporting Israel and standing against terror. And this deeper is going that they have a partnership with a company called Crisis 24. Crisis 24 is on several continents in dozens of countries, literally around the world, fighting terrorism through public and private partnerships, protecting their clients and assets through healthcare, extractions, help fight crime, and of course, help fight terrorism. And they do all of this by extracting data, and they have a remarkable system that even Alex Karp was shouting out. And they use artificial intelligence to be able to comb through all of that data. It just makes sense that Crisis 24 and Palantir are buddy-buddy and working together. It literally makes sense. With that said, Crisis 24 currently is in Israel. Crisis 24 currently has clients and assets within Israel, within Gaza, within Lebanon and Syria and Jordan and around the entire Middle East. And they're working hard to get their assets and customers, clients out if you need help. It sounds crazy what I'm saying, but this is literally happening, and I'll show you Crisis 24 in just a moment. So if Crisis 24 is literally using data to help assets and customers, clients, they're using artificial intelligence to comb through all of that data to be better informed and make better decisions. And they're using Palantir the entire time, which I'm going to put together for you in just a moment. Then it makes absolutely 100% sense that Palantir is even more involved, or why Palantir is so involved, not only in this case, but yes, specifically with stand with Israel against terrorism, but in general with terrorism and working with Crisis 24, that is most certainly involved in this situation. Just most people, it's flying under the radar and we're not catching that. Take a look at a couple of things. This is a publication from December 9th, 2022, about just under 2 years ago. Palantir and Crisis 24, a Garda World company, announces new partnership to revolutionize security and risk management for the 21st century. Guys, this right here, risk management, and this right here, the security, they're literally taking a shit ton of data as per Crisis 24, as per Dr. Alex Karp, using their world-class system of artificial intelligence, and they are leveraging that system that they already had and making it even better using Palantir Foundry. Pay attention to what I'm reading to you, and then I'm going to show you what Crisis 24 has to say. This multi-million-dollar long-term strategic partnership will help to reshape security and risk management by leveraging critical information to provide clients with innovative solutions, data-driven insights for results-oriented decision-making, and meet their everyday challenges. Guys, I know it sounds like shit. It sounds bullshit. It sounds like, copy paste cookie cutter, but they're literally doing what they're reading in this article. Like, this article is literally being done right now in the Middle East by Crisis 24 for their clients, for their assets, leveraging Palantir Foundry. So this is literally a precursor to what they're actually doing today, and this is why Palantir is so adamant in standing with Israel. In a dynamic and interconnected world, effective risk mitigation relies on being able to bring together and comprehend data about global events. Leveraging Crisis 24's unparalleled expertise and depth of knowledge in crisis management and intelligence, Palantir Foundry's operating system will enable users to identify critical trends and provide comprehensive analysis of emerging risks around the world, as well as develop new offerings for public and private sectors. It's very, very important, private and public sectors. All right, guys, I'm going to read you this and then keep this in mind when I'm going to play you the next thing. By providing the ability to manage the full scale and complexity of their data, Palantir Foundry software will help Crisis 24 to deliver enhanced analytics and insights on topics such as crime, terrorism, health, transportation, and geopolitics. AI-driven insights combined with human intelligence will identify risk trends as they arise and allow Crisis 24 to deliver even more actionable, tailored information to the clients. With an improved ability to understand the threat landscape and deliver advanced analysis with Foundry, Crisis 24 will be able to improve resilience for the world's most influential people, disruptive brands, and prominent organizations. Guys, just remember what they said. Deliver advanced analysis with Foundry. Now check this out. This is the Twitter account for Crisis 24. They don't have too many followers, only around 12,000. Crisis 24 is your trusted single source for global security information. That single source, does it make sense? Does it sound something like what Palantir says? A single source of truth? Well, this is a single source of truth using Palantir Foundry, which is stacked with their artificial intelligence platform that actual Crisis 24 has. And with that all together, they're doing a single point of truth for security, terrorism, so on and so forth for their clients. Now, they have a lot of different posts, and you're going to see increased demand for outbound international flights is likely Lebanon. So they're giving everybody some risk assessments and updates and things like that. But if you go a little bit lower, and I'm going to play you something else right now, they literally have a whole brief about what's happening in Israel and how they're helping their assets. But I want to read you this specific thing right here, just a little bit lower, and you're going to understand what I'm saying in just a moment. Crisis 24 successfully evacuated several university students studying abroad in Israel, following the Hamas attack. Read on to see how Crisis 24's incident response team responded when the call for assistance came. So that's what they do. You call them when you're in trouble, and they help you. How do they help you? They have a shit ton of data. How can they help you? Extraction, transportation, health, logistics, so on and so forth. And this is the article. 3 Northeastern students abroad evacuated during Hamas attack report. If you go a little bit lower over here, this is where Crisis 24 comes into play. The school's global safety and support network is a partnership between Northeastern and travel security and medical assistance professionals, including Crisis 24 and the Cognizant Group, to help students abroad who are in need, Northeastern wrote on their website. And then they explain how they got them out. They were essentially able to get them flights. By calling the 24/7 travel assistance hotline, you have access to immediate assistance and information from our trusted partners, according to Northeastern. Dorothy told Northeastern Global News she woke up on Saturday to the sound of sirens outside her apartments in Tel Aviv before retreating to a bomb shelter with her parents. Wow, God forbid. God bless. I hope you're all safe. Who were visiting for the weekend. Ann Horn, who went to the synagogue earlier that day to observe Simchat Torah, also hurried to hide in a bomb shelter after a member of the family he was staying with knocked on his door. And the third one, Ro Gomez, explained that since he is working in central Israel, he was safe from much of the violence happening in the southern part of Israel. But it's horrible situation all around the world. So now they're explaining to you, that they helped or they were part of a team to get people out. And this is just one such example of how Crisis 24 is either directly or in partnership helping people get out of Israel, but not just Israel. I want to show you something else. Check this out. So I don't want to play the whole thing because it's over an hour long, but this is essentially the Israeli-Hamas conflict briefing. And they essentially have their entire team here, and they break down everything about, what currently is happening and which people are speaking, so on and so forth. And they'll do like a really, really interesting thing. They'll break down exactly what currently is happening. And don't worry, I'm getting somewhere. I will play you some of this. And then they talk about, the domestic impact, regional impact, the global impact, so on and so forth. What I want to play you is this. And it's going to be like a minute clip. And it's very important that you listen to what the guy has to say and how he is approaching all of this data and literally says this is all put together using artificial intelligence. Take a listen.
Next, we're going to turn to Mark Niblett for an overview of Crisis 24's integrated approach to managing conflict.
Thanks, Christine. Crisis 24 realizes that in a highly volatile economic, social, and political climate, a crisis can be one small disturbance away, and that moving swiftly from planning to response is key.
Guys, remember when I was reading that Crisis 24 article and I said pay very, very close attention to what they're going to be saying? And this is literally what they were saying in the partnership with Palantir, where they're taking all of the data, and with all of the data, they're able to mitigate risk and act swiftly, anticipate, prepare, respond, recover. Develop a full range of actionable contingencies, action plans that are focused on providing assets, resource structures, support, and guidance to mitigate impact, return to operations planning, post-incident reviews, so on and so forth. Just keep paying attention.
Our end-to-end capabilities help clients achieve business resilience using our 4-step model. We anticipate, we prepare, we respond, and we recover. Crisis 24's global operations centers are located in several countries around the world. Our global footprint provides our clients with uninterrupted support 24/7. We have the largest commercial footprints of intelligence analysts globally that work hand in hand with our global response teams to ensure accurate and timely information is made available to all our clients, allowing you to make informed decisions about your people, your operations, and your facilities. Crisis 24's risk intelligence leverages open source intelligence and human source intelligence, and of course, powered by artificial intelligence.
There you have it. He literally says what we do is we take data, give you a single source of truth to allow you to use that data to mitigate risk and help our assets. Open source, human element, and all put together using artificial intelligence. Guys, I don't want to bore you. There's literally a video between Alex Karp talking with the president of Crisis 24 and the capabilities. I can show you that video, but this video is getting a little longer. Palantir is literally the backbone of Crisis 24, or shall I say, fused with Crisis 24, because Crisis 24 is literally a global power when it comes to security, mitigation, anti-terrorism activities, both private and public. They use literally Palantir Foundry to take all the data that they have and make it even more effective. Before Palantir, they were amazing. With Palantir, they're like, out of this world. I gave you one article about them getting students out. If you listen to this 1 hour clip, which again, I don't want to play the whole thing for you, you're going to understand exactly how involved they are in the area and how they're, offering logistics and how they're offering transportation, healthcare, so on and so forth, security for their assets and whatnot. They go in to talk about tons and tons of things about the current conflict, and they're getting all of the data right now and using Palantir Foundry. That is why Palantir stands with Israel. That is why Palantir is most likely already working with Israel. And that is why 100%, in my opinion, Palantir is going to be expanding their partnerships with Israel like an absolute mofo, because they have to. This is going to bring in a shit ton of business. Not to mention that they have a lot of staff, offices in Tel Aviv, so on and so forth. But with personal feelings aside, the reason why Palantir stands with Israel is because Palantir stands with its partner, and their partners are in this conflict. They're literally Crisis 24 there right now. And Palantir is directly or indirectly already there. So I just thought it would be really, really cool to see, we read a lot of these articles and we can never actually connect the articles to actual real world of what's happening. Well, 2 years ago, Palantir makes a partnership with Crisis 24, literally talking about how they're going to do it, what they needed for, so on and so forth. And then right now in this crisis, Palantir is working with Crisis 24 in this crisis, literally doing what they foreshadowed 2 years ago. And I thought it was really, really cool and maybe shed some light about what's happening. Palantir is a beast. Palantir is a beast, and I can't wait for the second half of 2024. Thank you very much. Please give me the like, share, subscribe, and let me know if it makes sense what I said today. Have a great day.